There is a dispute as to the origin of rice pudding. Some say China, but historians agree that it is likely the origin is in India. By the 14th century, rice pudding was popular in England, and by the 18th century, rice was being imported from Asia and no longer a food reserved only for the rich. Once rice became affordable, rice pudding was considered an everyday dish. To make this classic rice pudding, you'll need 2 cups of cooked rice, 1/4 of a cup of sugar, 1½ cups of milk, 1 egg yolk, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 tablespoon of butter, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of chopped dried fruit. Start by adding your 2 cups of cooked rice into your pot. Now sprinkle your 1/4 of a cup of sugar and stir it all well. And now you're going to add your 1½ cups of milk. All at once. Again, stir it well. And now put it on heat where it will cook for about 10 minutes. Rice pudding is an excellent way to use any of that leftover rice from a Chinese takeout. But if you don't have leftover rice, then just cook your rice according to directions. It doesn't need to be cooled before it's turned into a pudding. It's been 10 minutes, but I'm going to let this go about another 2 minutes. What you're looking for is texture for your personal preference. I like my rice to be very soft, but not mushy, but it's just not quite there yet for me. So off heat with your rice looking creamy and smooth, but still loose. Add your cinnamon and stir it in. I may have added a little more than ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. I do like this with a strong cinnamon taste. And the next thing you want to stir in is your egg yolk. And you want to just stir this in and beat it fast and furious. You don't want this egg to curdle. It's off heat, but when you're adding an egg yolk to a hot mixture, you do have to make sure you keep moving the mixture around. Once you're satisfied that the egg yolk has been incorporated, add your tablespoon of butter and continue beating until the butter has melted. Once your butter has melted, it's time to add your ½ teaspoon of vanilla. Keep beating. Smells delicious. And your final addition, your 2 to 3 tablespoons of dried chopped fruit. I'm using golden raisins and cranberries. You can also use dried cherries or any other dried fruit that you would like to use, plain raisins as well, or no dried fruit at all. Keep mixing it all together. Just finishing off our very classic rice pudding dessert dishes with a sprinkle of cinnamon. I'll cover these with plastic wrap and refrigerate them. They'll keep in the refrigerator for about 3 to 5 days. Rice pudding is a favorite comfort food. Many of us associate rice pudding with our childhood, as it was often served in school cafeterias. This is a very versatile dish, served warm in the winter and cold in the summer with fresh fruit. Rice pudding is sure to be a family favorite.